What if a martial arts legend left behind traces so powerful that the world could still recognize him even after death? What if every sword swing, every technique, and every action reminded people of a man who should no longer exist? That is exactly the mystery shaking the entire Murim world. The chapter begins with members of the Tang clan discussing an unbelievable encounter with the Heavenly Grand Archive's young master. At first, it sounds like nothing more than an exaggerated story, but the more details they reveal, the more serious the atmosphere becomes. They witness the young master displaying overwhelming martial prowess. More importantly, they saw him wield the legendary divine swords. The room instantly falls silent, because those swords were once closely associated with a single name, Hu Gong, a legendary martial arts master whose reputation still echoes throughout Jianghu. But that wasn't the only shocking detail. The witnesses describe hidden weapons flying toward the young master. Yet before they could reach him, something impossible happened. The weapons simply stopped. No struggle, no visible movement, no effort, as if an invisible force had erased their momentum. For veteran masters of the Tang clan, the resemblance is impossible to ignore. The technique, the swordsmanship, the presence, everything reminds them of Hu Gong. Among those listening is Tang Myung, a respected figure whose experience allows him to see what others might miss. As the clues continue piling up, he reaches a conclusion. This is no ordinary coincidence. Too many similarities exist. Too many questions remain unanswered. If he wants answers, there is only one option. He must meet the Heavenly Grand Archive's young master himself. Only then will he discover the truth
At that moment, he suddenly realized his benefactor.
of Hu Gong's death. But instead of accepting it, he becomes suspicious. How could someone like Hu Gong simply disappear? How could a man who stood at the peak of Murim meet such an ordinary end? The more he thinks about it, the angrier he becomes. Eventually, his suspicions point toward the Murim alliance. Someone is hiding the truth, and he swears that no matter how long it takes, he will uncover what really happened. Time passes. A full year goes by. The Murim world moves forward. The discussions that once revolved around Hu Gong slowly begin shifting toward a new name, the Heavenly Grand Archive's young master. His reputation spreads throughout Jianghu like wildfire. Stories of his victories travel from city to city. His intelligence earns admiration. His leadership gains respect. His strength inspires awe. But with every new story comes another familiar question. Why does he resemble Hu Gong so much? The swords, the techniques, the personality, the way he protects others. The similarities continue growing impossible to ignore. Some people feel curiosity, others feel hope, and a few begin wondering if the impossible might actually be true. Just when the mystery reaches its peak, the chapter suddenly changes direction. A deliciously roasted wild boar appears. The members of Heaven's Master Squad gather around the feast. Everyone is excited. Everyone is hungry. Everyone is ready to eat. Well, almost everyone. One unfortunate monk finds himself trapped in a battle more difficult than any martial arts duel. His religious teachings tell him one thing. The smell of the barbecue tells him another. His eyes say no. His stomach screams yes. The reactions of the others only make things worse. Within moments, the entire group bursts into laughter. For a brief moment, all the mysteries and dangers of Murim disappear, and the chapter becomes pure comedy. The fun doesn't stop there. An unexpected relative suddenly appears. What should have been a peaceful family reunion immediately turns into complete chaos. Introductions are exchanged. Arguments begin. Tempers flare. And before long, everyone is shouting over one another. The funniest part? The people arguing are incredibly similar. Even the bystanders notice it. Watching them deny their similarities only makes the situation more entertaining. But as always, peace never lasts long in Jianghu. A mysterious visitor suddenly arrives. Nobody recognizes him. Nobody understands why he is here.